Why is it so important for STEM professionals to master their communication skills? This video is inspired by a client of mine who is a scientist, and they told me that they were quite surprised when they started the new position as a principal investigator of how much and how important it is, this sort of soft skills side of the job. And this is something that I feel happens quite often, especially in STEM fields, where we are always so focused on the technical side and the technical expertise. And of course, don't get me wrong, the technical expertise is absolutely essential in order to be good at our jobs. But you can also notice that if you try to climb that career ladder, you will encounter more and more of just the need to really have those soft skills. And one of them is communication, explaining your work to other people, explaining what is it that you want from people who are outside your field, selling your idea, pitching your idea to someone who has the money and you want that money for your project, and so on. So this is something that it's a skill that sort of many STEM professionals really lack because of our education. For example, we are really not trained in this, and all of a sudden when you start to develop your career, you realize that those skills are something that you are really missing. So why is it so important for us to develop those skills? First of all, because our work is many times so complex and so abstract to the general public that we struggle to really explain the importance of the work that we do. Let's take it for an example, a promotion. You want to apply for a promotion, there is a position and you feel that you would be a great fit for that. However, there is this person who is maybe not such an expert as you are, but they have this ability to really explain what is it that they bring to the table and what is the importance of their work and how does their work create impact in the company. And I really believe that people who are the decision makers, oftentimes they work in some other field or they are not STEM professionals, so they really struggle to get some of our technical jargon that we use in our day-to-day. They tend to choose those people. Now, what can you do as a professional? Really master this skill, master the skill of putting your expertise in the spotlight. And one of the ways to do so is to really explain the importance of your work to the people who are not experts. And this is done by training, this is done by developing these communication skills. And now I want to address another thing, which is what does it even mean to address those skills? Well, in my opinion, as a communication coach, I feel that addressing and then developing communication skills actually means to develop the ability to explain your work to any audience. Explain and break down those complex topics in a way everyone can understand. And not only does this really ensure that you are seen and perceived as an expert, but it also gives you this great skill and great ability of breaking down your work into tiny parts that are then really spoon-fed to people who are not from our expertise. Sometimes they can even be people who are STEM professionals, but they are just simply not working in our specific field. So it makes sense that some of the work that we do sounds super strange to them and they cannot understand it. So if you feel that your career is stuck, if you feel that those promotions are not coming, despite your technical expertise, despite you being a great expert at your job, I would really suggest that you see if this communication part is the missing puzzle piece. So in the case you want to work on that, in the case you want to work on mock-up interviews, in the case you want to develop your presentation skills and really find the ability to find structures in your thoughts and explain them in a way that is concise, precise, and understandable to others, I invite you to join my coaching program, in which we do very hands-on practical application of those exact skills. So what we do is really train those skills in a safe environment, in a professional environment, where you can really see your improvement, get instant feedback, and in that way develop much faster. So if you would be interested in this kind of coaching, I will leave a link down below in the description where you can schedule a completely free discovery call where we can talk about your challenges, your struggles, what is it that you are currently struggling with in your STEM career when it comes to communication or career progress, and we can see if we are a good fit to work together. So I hope that you found this video useful, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.